Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run, but don't even worry about me. Who is this?
This is Megan with Believe in the Run.
Because this really has nothing to do with me. This has to do with the work that you've put in on the shoe. So Meg, run it down.
All right, today we're talking about the Hoka Skyward X after 200 miles. So when we originally talked about this shoe and reviewed it, we thought that the price tag was a little bit high, but I thought I could definitely get a lot of miles out of it. So I put over 200, and I have to say, while it looks a little beat up now.
I was going to say something because as a person who has seen all your shoes, you're rough on shoes. Like you beat shoes up, you're in all kinds of weather. You don't avoid puddles. You don't avoid all that stuff. Like most people get a white shoe and they're like, I got to run around that. You're like right through it.
Yeah, so anyway, all that to say, the shoes look a little beat up, but the foam, so the layer of Peba that sits under the foot and then the supercritical beneath that, still feel really lively after 200 miles. You also have a plate in there, which is probably helping with that propulsion feel underfoot as well, but it still feels really good. The upper, I mean, while again, the aesthetics don't look that great, there's some marks here and there.
Some wear.
It's still really comfortable.
So you've run all these miles in this shoe and I've watched you strap it on and we've had new shoes to put on. So you have shoes that feel fresh out of the box, but you've continually gone back to this one, not only to get the review, but you kind of like this shoe.
Yeah, I love it. Someone actually just asked me recently what's my favorite max cushion trainer right now, and it's the Hoka Skyward X. And what's interesting about that is it isn't that really soft plush feeling when you think about a max cushion trainer. It does have a little bit more stability to it. And so it isn't that really soft, cushy feel, but it is still very comfortable. And like I always say, I don't love any ground feel. You don't feel the ground at all in this shoe. And it's continued to just feel really good and fun out on the roads.
Okay, so you know that I really like the CLO X for X1 for doing like daily miles, even though it was intended as a race day shoe. And I really love the characteristics. And when I tried the Skyward X, I was like, this is nice, but it feels kind of like a dumbed down version of that a little bit. Would you still go, you have both shoes, would you still go with this as your daily trainer over the CLO X one?
I think so, just because I'm gonna say mainly this upper just feels more like a daily trainer, like it feels secure, you get a lockdown fit. The CLO X1, I feel like it does feel a little bit more like a racer, so it's a little bit more minimal up top, and it just doesn't give you that like really like comfortable, secure lockdown fit.
All right, so let's talk about the shoe. I'm looking at your shoe. You can see at the bottom, the wear on the shoe is holding up pretty well. So that one has a little more scuff. You can see on the heel where I'm guessing you're gonna make some contact with the ground there.
Yeah.
But overall, the rubber's intact. The cushioning on the sides, it's not too creased. And you're saying you're still getting the nice feeling from the footbed of Peba underneath there. So do you think you could get another 200 miles in this?
Honestly, I think I probably could. I don't know that I'm gonna test that out for you guys. There's other shoes to review. But you can tell like this rubber is doing its job. Yes, the foam here, you can see the scuffing and all of that wear, but the rubber on the outsole is still intact, looks good, and the foam itself still feels bouncy and propulsive, and it's still really fun to run in.
So this shoe is not cheap. It comes in at $225. People could get, I don't know, a New Balance 1080 or something like that at a much lower cost. You're saying that this is worth it?
I'm saying it's worth it because it's still lively after 200 miles. I'm still enjoying it. You get a carbon fiber plate, which I personally love, even for daily training. You get that extra bounce. I mean, you can't put a price tag on getting excited to lace up a shoe.
And you still do, even though, like, I don't think you were a super fan of the look of this shoe, but this still is something that when you put on, you're like, yeah, I'm ready to go out the door and get my miles.
I mean, nowadays it's not looking as fresh, so not as excited in that department. But yeah, it's still a fun shoe, comfortable shoe. I love it.
All right, so I guess it's getting a double green.
Yes, 2 greens.
All right, Meg, if people like this review, what should they do?
Definitely like this video. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, you can also find us on Instagram, Facebook. We have a Strava group you can join. And we have 2 podcasts that come out The Drop every Friday and Monday, and Fuel for the Soul every other Tuesday.
All right. So I'm guessing now you're going to put these shoes aside so you can test some other shoes. Would you do this again where you're like, I'll get 200 miles on a shoe before I go back?
Yeah, I hope a brand sends us a shoe that I want to do that.
All right. Well, that's it for this one.
It does have a little bit more stability to it, and a little bit of rigidity.
Rigidity?
I can't use words today.